What is up, guys? NYKia31 here, bringing you an edition of Madden 17 Football 101. And I'm going to be going over Cover 3 Press Bail. I'm playing out of the Seattle Seahawks playbook, the Cover 3 playbook, in this game for obvious reasons. And this is my Mutt team. Regular Mutt, just played a online head-to-head game. And you know how I roll. I like to play true to the real life schemes, see how it works, see what type of bastardizations I have to do to account for the video gamey nature of a video game. So here I am, a little bit of Jets on Jets crime as I'm playing a fellow Jets uniform team. I'm on defense, obviously. I'm in cover three press. Here I am. I'm playing the user safety out of a two deep shell. That is Earl Thomas. And I have my buddy Calvin Pryor here. Got a pretty good set of zone coverage corners. I have the position hero Malcolm Butler, 90 zone coverage with decent speed, along with Delvin Breaux, 91 zone coverage. And you see they're in a press alignment. The whole point of cover three press, whether it's out of a single high shell or two deep shell and post snap dropping to single high look, is to make it look to the quarterback indistinguishable from cover one. Seahawks play two coverages. They play cover one man and they play three deep. That's really it. They virtually play no cover two unless they're in the red zone. They'll play some cloud. They'll play some cover six maybe, but they're a three deep man one single high team 95% of the time. And the reason why is a combination of talent and how they execute their technique within their scheme. And we're going to look at both corners here on each side. And what I'm going to talk about here is a couple of things. One is the need for the corners to open up the gate, as they used to call it, and bail out, leveraging the sideline to cut off the fade. When you are executing cover three press right, the fade, the sideline deep streak or fade, is not a high percentage proposition because the corner is bailing out of there from his press alignment. He's selling out to run deep, flipping his hips and going while leveraging the sideline. That makes that throw very hard. Even if he's not, the fastest guy on the face of the earth. Brandon Browner, when he was with Seattle, he was perfect for this scheme. Why? Because he was a large-bodied dude who was tough to get around wide. He sucks in space, but his one skill, and the reason why he fit that team so well, was because he could give a jam, he can reroute wide, and obstruct the release of the receiver. Now, you don't necessarily need a jam and a press bail. A bail technique will work just fine because, again, he's selling out to open up and cut off the fade. And this actually isn't that bad. You see, he's opening up and boom, selling out. Now, the way you want to beat this is underneath. Comebacks, curls, deep outs. Because, again, he's selling out to cut off that 9 route, first and foremost. And you see my opponent here, he snaps off and out. I'm okay with that, but what I want to see is a couple of things. I would like to see a cover 2 like jam to obstruct the initial release, again to make it look like man one press. You don't. It's still zone, so you don't want him to. So you don't want him to ride him all the way in a press because let's say he runs a hitch and number 2 here is running a flag. It's still his own coverage. He still has to expand and play any deep sideline route. But I would like to see at least initially, as far as disguise goes, to either have him extend with his outside arm to give a press look while he's bailing out of there, or if he's going to be bailing like this, get rid of these false steps. because that's what turns his coverage into a track meet. The fact that he's not leveraging himself, he's just going straight back, as opposed to trying to make the receiver have to change his path. He's okay with the outside leverage because the help is inside. Here's the robber, which is me dropping down. I'm reading number 2 here. And, you know, he's on his own little island. So while I would say this is probably maybe, I don't know, 7 to 75 or 70 to 75% of what I want to see, I think we can do better. You see that false step here? Have him really open up the gate and leverage the sideline better. And if the receiver snaps off a route underneath him, that's fine and good. That's not, disgusting. This right here is horrible. Same alignment, but no leverage being played here. And you can just bang a fade route right over him. You know, you can just outside pass lead that sucker and hit him, on a fade route very easily. There's no obstruction there. Look at all of that space he has to lead him up the field. So what we want to see here is more of an opening of the gate here and leveraging the sideline, or extension of the hand on the outside shoulder, just to kind of ride him out wide and disguise the look to the quarterback. So this right here is not what we want. This is closer. I just want him to extend this motion toward the sideline just a little bit more, like this, as opposed to straight linear. Because then it's just a foot race. It's a 100-meter dash. And again, here's the deep safety rotation. What we also need to see is these guys closing better on deep post, especially, particularly when there's no conflicting route. So I'm going to show a couple of Seahawks clips just to have you guys have a visual of what ideally this should look like. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts.